So good morning. Happy yoga morning. I hope everybody's feeling delicious after a good night's sleep. Let's start in child's pose today. Good place to start our practice, sitting back on our heels if you can, reaching your arms towards the end of the mat. At the same time, we're pressing back on the heels and reaching out. Let's make it an active child. So we're reaching out through the fingertips. The elbows are not on the floor. And just remember, if you have knee pain, that you can start in puppy pose. What a great chest opener. So from whichever one you have chosen, child's pose or puppy pose, we're going to start to stretch to the left-hand side. We want to have our forehead on the floor and our hands reaching forward. And imagine breathing into the right side of the body. Breathing from the right hip all the way up to the fingertips. And exhaling from the fingertips all the way to the hip. And let's walk back to center. And let's start to move towards the right hand side. Breathing from that left hip all the way to the fingertips, and the fingertips to the hip. And then walk the hands back to center. Let's make our way up onto all fours. So hands are directly underneath the shoulders, knees are directly under the hips. The tops of the feet are pressing into the floor. So let's inhale up into cow, head up, belly down. Watch looking up if the neck is bothering you. And then exhale into flat back if you have back issues, or cat. Head down, back up. Inhale into cow, safe for everybody. And then exhale into flat back or cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into flat back or cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into flat back or cat. So let's now move into cow, the flat back or cat, and then push back into child or puppy pose. Let's come into cow, flat back or cat, to child's pose or puppy pose. Come into cow, flat back or cat, to child or puppy pose. Good. Let's come back up onto all fours. Now let's reach through your right arm forward and your left leg back. Not going for height here. We're just going for lengthening. So if you have shoulder issues, you can keep this arm down, maybe have the hand up. You can get the balance. Okay, either one is going to be okay as long as the hand is up. Deep breaths here. Lengthening just a little bit more. And back down. So let's switch to the opposite side. If your shoulder is hurting on this one, hand up, balancing, lengthening back through that heel, and breathing. And come back down. Before we get tired with our sun salutations, let's do some practice on strengthening our arms. And I do have a video of this on YouTube that I can send you, so let me know if you need it. It's our modified half series, our flowing with a modified push-up. So you'll start back. I'm going to do it first with child's pose and then with puppy pose. So starting in child's pose, we're going to come up, depending on how long your torso is, you might have to move your arms, your hands up. Now the knees, as you can see, are back behind my hips. And then we're going to lower almost down to the floor. If you need to come all the way down, that's fine. And then push back up. So 5 of these. I'll do one more on from child's pose. And then push all the way back. Okay? Now from puppy pose, it's a little different. If you're in child's pose, keep going 3 more times. So from puppy pose, you're gonna have to bring your hands underneath the shoulders, elbows tight against the sides, and then back up. Puppy pose, coming up, moving hands back, under shoulders, elbows tight against the sides. So wherever you're going, I'll do one more in child's pose to catch up with y'all. Okay, so one thing that I have seen with the modified half series is the lack of arm strength. So you have to come all the way down to the floor. So how is that going to look? So it will be all the way down, release, and whatever way you can come up. Your hands are where they need to be, right by your ribs. So what I would do is push back that way, just like you do to come into in our sun salutations, okay? Your hands are here, and you're going to push up and back. Up and back. So try that. If you do have to come all the way down and you lack the strength to push back up, you can get back up. 5 of these a day really makes a difference. All right, so let's come into downward facing dog. So wherever your hands are, you're going to curl the toes under. And since it's first thing in the morning and we're all tight, come into downward facing dog with bent knees, which is called turbo dog. Reaching the chest towards the thighs, chest towards the knees. The elbows are reaching toward one another. And you're feeling this pose in your fingertips, not in your wrist. All right, so bring the knees back down and press back into child's pose. Another arm strengthener that we can do is a dolphin pose. It's really, really popular right now, or at least it was a few years ago, to do plank for a minute. That's a great habit to get into now. We have nothing else to do, right? So you can do plank for a minute, but we have to make sure it doesn't look like this or this. All right, so you want to find plank by pushing up on the toes. The hands are directly underneath the shoulders. And if that just seems miserable, or if you're collapsing here, you can have better luck on your elbows, okay? Just stepping back your feet and shooting forward so that the elbows are underneath the shoulders. You can have your hands flat or interlace your fingers and just press your forearms into the floor. Nice deep breaths. All right, bring the knees down, push back into child or puppy pose. So, wouldn't it be nice if we were all strong enough to do chaturanga with weak shoulders and weak arms? I think that the dolphin pose on your elbows is going to be the most helpful for that for future, okay? Now, if you are feeling stress in your shoulders, just go ahead and bring your hands back by your feet and let the shoulders melt. So here they are normally, and then you're going to let them melt toward the floor. So bring the arms forward again. Let's curl the toes under and sit back on our heels in broken toe pose. Hands to heart. Let's inhale, arms up, and exhale, arms down and back. Inhale up, 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 exhale, arms down and back. Let's bring hands back to heart. And then bring the hands down. Let's just tap the feet. All right, so let's now step the right foot up between the hands. Step the left foot up between the hands and coming into third eye gaze. Straight back, straight legs. Exhale, forward fold. Knees are bent, but knees are still over the ankles. Place your hands on your hips. Lead through chin and chest, coming all the way up into mountain. All right. So let's now inhale into Urdhva Hastasana. Now we're lifting up through the torso, but the shoulders are back and down. And exhale into forward fold. Inhale into third eye gazing, straight back, straight legs. And then exhale, step back into plank. And you can go ahead and bring your knees down here if you need to. And then lower all the way down to the floor. Line up your fingers with your shoulders and think about lengthening through the crown, coming up into cobra, not using your hands. And then lower down. Bring the fingertips back by the ribs. Lift up and push back into child's pose. Curl the toes under, come up into downward facing dog. You can alternate your heels. Remember, we're feeling this pose in our fingertips. If you needed to tent your hands to get a little bit more power in your hands and less in your ribs, you can do that. Now, let's walk the feet up to the hands, inhaling into third eye gazing. Exhale, forward fold. Lead through chin and chest, coming all the way up into mountain. Okay. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, third eye gazing. Exhale, step back into plank. And this is where you can come onto your knees. Lower all the way down. Fingertips are lined up with the shoulders, lengthening through the crown, coming up into cobra, and then lower down. Move the hands back by the ribs, push back into child's pose, curl the toes under, come up into downward facing dog, alternate if you're still feeling tight, or just hold, reaching the chest towards the upper thighs. Let's come up on our tippy toes. And then lower all the way down. Let's walk the feet up to the hands, inhaling into third eye gazing. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands on your hips. Lead through chin and chest, coming all the way up into mountain. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Bend knees straight back. Inhale, third eye gazing. Straight back, straight legs. Exhale, step back into plank. Bending the elbows back behind you. Coming all the way down. Line up the fingertips with the shoulders. Elbows are tight against the sides. Inhale into cobra. Exhale down. Move the hands back and push back into child's pose. Inhale into downward facing dog. Alternate heels or just hang out in your down dog. Walk the feet up to the hands, inhaling into third eye gazing, straight back, straight legs. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands on your hips. Lead through chin and chest, coming all the way up into mountain. One more. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Bent knees, straight back. Inhale, third eye gazing, straight back, straight legs. Exhale, step back into plank. At this point, if you're getting tired, go ahead and pop those knees down. And then all the way down. Line up fingertips with shoulders, elbows tight against the sides. Lead through chin and the crown, coming all the way up. And then lower down, move the hands back by the ribs, push back into child's pose. Curl the toes under, come up into downward facing dog. Let the hips fall to the left, let the hips fall to the right, and back to center. Step the foot up, the opposite foot up into third eye gazing. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands on your hips, lead through chin and chest, coming all the way up into mountain. All right, so let's come into some standing poses. So let's step the left foot up to the left corner of the mat. And that left knee is going to be at a 90-degree bend. This right foot is over on the right side of the mat at a 45-degree angle. Watch for any tension around ankles or knee here. You might need to back it off just a little bit. Now square your hips to the front of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips if you have shoulder issues, or arms up with relaxed shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Straighten the front leg, arms by your sides. Relax the shoulders. Make sure you're not holding tension, shoulders, neck, or jaw. And this is something that you have to think about for the rest of your yoga life, okay? It's not one day you're not going to have tension there. Talk them down. Relax, relax, relax. So let's come into reverse prayer, okay? So just reach back and grab elbows. We're still squared towards the front of the mat. Both legs are straight, but you never lock a knee, ever, ever, ever. So we're going to gaze up at the ceiling if that feels okay for the neck. And then, if you weren't, you're just gazing forward, and you're going to come down chin towards chin with a straight back. You're still squared towards the front of the room. Chest is reaching towards the floor. Make sure toes are relaxed. Talk them down. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale here, and then exhale, lift back up with a straight back. Release the arms down, shake them out. All right, so we're going to go into extended angles. So we're going to have that nice 90-degree bend to the front leg. You're still squared towards the front of your mat. If you have a block ready to go, I suggest that you always have a block on either side of your mat ready to go. You can have your block at any height you want. So play around with that. I'm going to have it at the lowest height, and my left hand is on the block on the left-hand side of my ankle. Now my elbow and my knee are one. They're pressing into each other. I'm going to reach my right arm right by my right ear. My left hip is still pushing back towards the front of the mat, the back of the mat, reaching forward, pressing down on the block or pressing down onto the floor. If that's too much for you, you can definitely come into extended angle with your forearm on your knee, reaching forward, squaring the hips, squaring the shoulders. Good. Now, let's come back up from where we were. We're still square and our legs are straight. So if you were down on the block, you can come up this way, okay? Arms down. Now, let's come into reverse prayer. It's sliding a little bit. So we're gonna slide the right hand down the back of the right leg. We're gonna lift the left arm up and over. The left knee is bent. The chest is reaching up towards the ceiling. We're still square towards the front of the mat. Shoulders are still square. Deep breaths. And straighten the front leg. Bring the left hand down, right hand down by the sides. Now let's take one step if you can into mountain. Hands by your sides. All right, so I'm going to step down here so I can see myself. And moving my block over here. So have a block on either side, please. So right foot is going to be on the right side of the mat. Left foot is going to be back on the left side of the mat. So just think right front corner for the right foot and back over on the left-hand side, left foot. The back leg is super active. Your kneecap is lifted to engage the quad. Your right leg, right knee is at the 90-degree bend. Arms can be up or hands can be on shoulders. Deep breaths here, ripping that mat in half with your heels. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Straighten the front leg. Rest. Let's go into reverse prayer next. So both legs are straight. Hips are squared towards the front of the mat. Shoulders are squared. We're going to reach back and grab forearms or elbows or hands in reverse prayer. Relax your toes. If you can't look up because of your neck, just look forward. We're going to come down, chin towards shin, chin towards shin, reaching chest toward the floor, lifting the shoulder blades towards each other. Deep breaths here. Your belly button is nestled in your spine. Both legs are straight, but don't lock your knees. If you feel any tension around the knees or ankle, back off or bend. You don't want any pain around ankles or thighs. Now, lead through chin and chest, coming all the way back up and shake out your arms. Let's go into our extended angle next. So just remember, this is a great place to be. Forearm on your thigh, or we upgraded to the block or hand on the floor a couple of months ago. So press that knee into your arm. Reach the left arm right by the left ear, reaching forward. Deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's come all the way back up. So let's go into reverse prayer. So we're still squared towards the front of the mat. Legs are straight right now, but we're going to bend that front knee as we slide the left hand down the back of the left leg, reaching up the right arm, bent elbow, chest reaching towards the ceiling. Deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale all the way out of this pose. Lovely. Great. Reverse prayer. Let's step up into mountain. Just close the eyes. See how you're feeling emotionally, physically. This is around the time that you can be feeling like, I'd rather be doing something else, or you have that lovely yoga high where you feel like you can do anything. Let it be what it needs to be today. We all have the days where we want to roll up our yoga mat and go home. Let's open the eyes. So let's now switch to not squaring our hips and come into warrior two. So we're going to have our right leg forward, please, since I'm over on this side, and left foot in the back. We are lined up, so our heels are lined up, or your front foot is lined up with the back of the left foot. So warrior two, we're here. We are not tilting the pelvis under, we're actually sticking the booty out a little bit. Do you see my hands are my pelvis? So you could be a tucker or not a tucker. We do not want to tuck. We want to spill our contents out of that bowl, right? So nice 90-degree bend, arms out to the sides, energetically reaching through the fingertips, but the shoulders are relaxed and down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and our gaze now is middle finger. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale to straighten that front leg. You can bring your arms down if your arms are feeling fatigued. If your shoulders are feeling fatigued, we need to talk. We don't want to be engaged in our shoulders. We can work arms, shoulders, back, and down. Do you feel that, or do you see that? They are normally up here, back, good. All right, let's get ready for triangle. So last week we were practicing triangle on the wall. If you would like to get back on the wall, it's a great place to be. Have your block, if you don't have a wall, have your block right at your right ankle at any height you want. I want you to get out of the habit, since I'm not able to come around and correct you, to have your energy coming back. So arms out to the side. You can inhale the right arm forward. See how I'm lengthening forward through the right hand. And then exhale, the hand is going to come down. You can place the hand on the block at your right wrist and then reach up through the left arm. The legs are straight, but we do not have locked knees. If you feel any tension around knee or ankle, bend that knee. We want to take care of the parts of our bodies that seem to have a short life. The super, super easy knees. Good. So if you have your hand on that block and you're feeling like, I love this pose all of a sudden, you could start reaching the chest up towards the ceiling just a little bit more. Watch the neck here. Make sure the neck feels okay. Now to come out of this pose, we're going to exhale, engage the core, and bring the arms back up and then arms down. Now let's go ahead and turn the left foot toward the right. And we're going to come into that forward straddle forward fold. I know where my blocks are. Do you know where your blocks are? One on either side, so you can grab it easily. Now, if you need your blocks now, go ahead and grab them and have them in front of you. I have my legs pretty far apart, my feet pretty far apart, so I'm not going to have a problem coming down at all. I'm hinging here at my hips, okay? Hinging. I'm not here and then reaching my chest forward. Do you see the difference? Hinging or reaching with the chest rounding, okay? Hinging all the way down and hands come to the floor. You can walk your hands out a little bit farther, or you can stay back here. If you have your hands closer to your feet, just have that sensation of falling forward, but your hands aren't going to let that happen. You need to get into the hammies in the back. You can rock forward and back just a few times. Tell your body, I got this, everything's okay. Make sure you don't have your knees locked. Now let's walk our hands off the mat and up underneath shoulders. And then bring your left hand directly under the nose. Okay? Hopefully you got that. My torso is nice and long because my hand is so far up. Then I'm going to twist open to the right hand side. My arms are stacked. They look like one arm. I'm going to check in with my shoulder here. If my shoulder is bothering me, I'm going to bend my elbow and place my hand on my right hip and enjoy the twist, which has nothing to do with the shoulder. So get into the spine without being sore for the rest of the day in your shoulder. Now the head needs to be in a place where the neck doesn't have any strain, any tension. So readjust. Don't be afraid to find that happy place for your head, and you're pressing your left hand into the floor to strengthen the bone and the muscle on your left arm. Now, let's start to untwist and come all the way back down. Now we're going to bring the right hand directly underneath the nose. So just double check that nose hand. Good. Now straighten this arm, pressing down into the hand, and we're going to come up through the left arm. Now this is a twist. This has nothing to do with the shoulder. If you tend to think that it is something to do with the shoulder, place the hand on the hip and twist to the left side of the mat. Make sure that the neck is in a place that feels really great. You can always look down at the hand, resting into that hand. Women and our arms, what are we gonna do? Pressing down, good. Twisting open towards the ceiling. Head feels great, neck feels great, no tension anywhere. And then bring that hand back down. All right, so I'm going to start to walk my hands back and get that block out of the way. And then if you need to, you can shuffle your feet a couple of times towards each other. We're going to bend the knees slightly, place your hands on your hips, and lead through chin and chest, coming all the way up. Let's go into Warrior Two and triangle on the other side. I know where my block is, so you know where your block is. We're going to turn the left foot towards the left side of the mat. If you look, our heels are either lined up or the front heel is lined up with the back of the right foot. Now, the back foot is at a 90 degree, not at a 45 degree like Warrior One, because we're not squaring anything. We don't need to energetically be here. So think about that pelvic bowl. We want to empty the bowl, okay? We don't want to tuck under here. We want to stick the booty out just a little bit. And we're going to come into Warrior Two. So sticking that booty out if you are a tucker. You don't have to stick your booty out if you're not a tucker. So reach the hands out, energetically strengthening the arms, but shoulders back and down. Can you feel that? I want you to feel that. So bend, deep bend here. Make sure this knee isn't going past the ankle. Rip the mat in half with your heels. Go for it. Breathe. One more. And straight. Arms down by your sides. Make sure the shoulders are easy. Down, down, down. Arms out to the sides. Whoops, my block is kind of far back there. I'm going to bend this knee and grab that block and have it right by my left ankle. Okay? Arms out to the sides. Inhale, reaching through the left arm. Bring the left hand to the block behind your left ankle and reaching the arm up. So I try to talk you into having your hand on the shin, but the body still goes forward. We're actually going back. Do you see how I'm able to twist open back? Deep breaths here. Inhale. 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 And then exhale all the way back up. Let's turn this left foot to a 90-degree again. Get this nice, lovely straddle. What are we going to do with it? Let's have the feet a little bit farther apart. Arms out to the side. Let's dive off that cliff. Hinging at the hips, coming all the way down. And let's spend the time on this particular straddle forward fold into reaching the chest toward the floor. Now our back is going to remain straight because we don't want to hurt our spine. So you're just bending your elbows and reaching the chest down. And that could be the smallest movement ever. Don't get into the ego here. Think about safe spine, chest reaching toward the floor. You can feel that lovely stretch through hamstrings and through the lower back. And it should feel good. It shouldn't be painful. So little movement is better. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to, which way? We're going to walk over, bending this front knee. If you have knee issues, just meet us over there. We're going to come into a runner's lunge. So the knee is over the ankle here, and you're up on your back toes in the back, and we're going to place our hands on the front knee. If you need to have your knee down in the back, you can do that. Arms up, if you can do this with relaxed shoulders. Relax the toes, bring the hands down, and we're going to now walk over to the other side. If we have knee issues, just meet us over there. Now, come onto your toes in the back, and we're going to come into runner's lunge on this side. Know that the knee can be down, no big deal. The knee is over the ankle. Bring your hands to your knee. It's our last standing pose to make us really strong. Burn off some karma here. Arms up, relax shoulders. Bring hands to the knee, hands to the floor. We're going to step that foot back, get the block out of the way, and come into downward facing dog. Now, after all of those powerful poses, downward facing dog is going to feel really great. Now, let's bring the knees down and come into embryo pose, because my guess is, so we have a little tension in our shoulders, even though we were careful today. So forehead to the floor, relax the shoulders down. Let them melt toward the floor. And this is that moment that you can think, you know, I just did it. And that feels really great. And if you did it with a knee down, or if you did it differently, you still did it. And that's awesome. And you're going to get super strong in your gentle yoga group, okay? So give yourself a pat on the back. Now let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And let's do some cat and cow. So inhale into cow. Exhale into flat back or cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into flat back or Inhale into cow. Exhale into flat back or cat. All right, so let's get into some of our lovely spine work, and then we'll get into our core. So let's come down onto the mat. And we're going to curl the toes under in the back and walk our feet up so that our knees are up. Can you see that? Probably not with my pants. And then we're going to come down, elbows out to the sides. Elbows are not going to move at all. Elbows are super glued down. Ooh, I can hold my toes a little bit more. Now we're going to bring forehead to the floor. Pressing into the floor with the elbows, we're going to inhale, lift up into cobra, and exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift up into cobra, exhale, all the way down. Inhale, lift up into cobra, exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift up into cobra, exhale all the way down. Inhale, lift up into cobra. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, lift into cobra. And exhale all the way down. Untuck the toes. Bring your hands right by your ribs. Push up and then back into child's pose. Lovely back opening after all of the spinal work, the lower spine. All right, let's come on to our backs and bring knees to chest. And just roll from side to side. Okay. So many ways to get strong in the core. We're going to start with our first, squeezing knees into chest, exhaling, inhale, push the knees away. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, push away. So if you are, new to yoga again or absolutely new to yoga, this is what you should be doing for a long time to get strong. And if you've been doing yoga with me forever, you can go ahead knowing that your back is okay. Switching from side to side, alternating knees to chest with the arms. If you want to, you do not have to use the arms. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So maybe you've gotten here and you start to feel a little tension in your back. Don't let the ego get you into trouble. Go straight back to squeezing knees into chest and then pushing the knees away. Knowing that one day you're going to be strong enough to work on core without affecting the back. Okay, so wherever you are, knees to chest, roll from the side to side. So if you have back issues, go back to squeezing knees into chest. So we'll go into our third style of core workout. So we're going to bring the arms down by the side as you lift your legs halfway up and then back down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, one more, exhale, inhale, bring knees up to chest, roll from side to side. All right, so let's bring our feet down to the mat. Your feet can be wherever you need them to be. Knee pain, knees rule. I don't have knee pain, so I kind of want my heels a little bit closer to my bum. So we're going to inhale up into bridge, and then exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Just a reminder to have everything even. If you feel one side coming up before the other, slow one side down, let the other catch up until you get equally strong on both sides. All right, knees to chest, roll from side to side. Okay, straighten both of our legs, arms up above your head. Think about lengthening through the fingertips, lengthening through the heels. So inhale here, and then exhale, bring left knee to the chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring right knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring left knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to chest. Good. Bring both knees to chest. Roll from side to side. So let's now straighten the legs. Bring the arms up above your head. Remember sciatica, keep your knees bent. And then bring knees to chest. Squeeze the knees in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze the knees into chest. 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 So let's now roll over onto our right hand side. So you can have your head on your arm. You can have your head on your arm this way. You can have your head on a blanket or a block or a pillow. I forgot one pose that's really key. So let's come back onto our backs. Let's grab our beloved ball or a pillow or a blanket. Try to get it as thick as you can, to about that thickness. And bring it between your thighs. If you have skinny legs, your knees are going to be better for you. All right, I'm giving you a moment to get your prop. Okay. So let's squeeze into this prop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Squeeze into the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Squeeze into the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Squeeze into the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Squeeze into the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Squeeze into the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Squeeze into the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Squeeze into the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Squeeze into the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Last one. Squeeze into the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. That's the best. All right. Now, let's roll over onto the side of whatever you're using between your legs. You can have under your head now. All right. So we're going to keep our left knee bent, and like I always say, knees in front of the belly button, right in front of you. You can see your knees, so they're not down here. Okay. We're going to straighten the right leg out in front. You can bring your right hand on the floor. We're just going to hold here, and then lift up and down, and lift up and down. Bend the knee. Straighten, lift up and down, and bend. Straighten, lift up and straight in front of you, bend. Straighten, lift up, straight in front of you, and bend. Well done. All right, let's go to the other side. Knees are in front of you. Hand is on the floor. So we're going to straighten the leg in front of you, lift up and down, bend. Straighten, lift up, in front of you, bend. Straighten, up, in front of you, bend. Straight, lift up, in front of you, bend. One more, straighten, lift up, in front of you, and bend. Good. Let's now come onto our back. We're going to bring the soles of our feet down. We're going to bring the soles of our feet together and let the knees fall wide. We're going to bring the arms up above our head, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing into this opening. Deep breaths into a soft belly. and bring the knees back together. Let's bring the feet to the outside edges of the mat. We're going to let the knees fall to the right hand side. We're going to bring the right ankle up to the left knee and let the right knee hang. That makes no sense to you. Just let the knees fall to the right hand side and enjoy. In yin yoga, this is called twisted root, I think. Engage the core, bring the belly button to the spine. Slide the right foot down and lift the knees back up. Now we're going to let the knees fall to the left hand side. Know that just being here is fantastic. If you wanted to go a little bit deeper in the stretch, you can bring your left ankle onto your right thigh, as long as your sacrum is okay. Deep breath. All right, engage the core, slide that foot down, exhale the knees back up to center, and then just windshield wipe from side to side. Okay, knees to chest. All right, let's come into legs up wall, get in our yummy blood into all of our organs and eventually the brain. So wherever you are, if you have a wall that's accessible without stuff on it, get as close as you can to the wall. Have a blanket or a pillow underneath your head if you need it. Maybe you have an eye pillow to put on your eyes. That's a plus. And if you have a chair in the room and you want to do astronaut pose, that's great. We're going to do a meditation. So get as comfortable as you can.